Nico!
There's something in there that I need in order to get the actual North Star, so let's see if we can tie these together here. Thanks, Durgle. Is this where the North Star treasure is hidden? Speaking of the Infinity Key, it's a key with infinite possibilities. It's access to the infinite atom.
2 minutes. 2 minutes, Nico. In you go. No, I'm willing to follow you if I have to. Delivered! Thanks. I hope they'll get the message and leave me alone. Oh, that was here's the recovery. Boom. We're back in the garage.
Wow.
2 minutes. 2 minutes, Nico.
Carl.
Hey, little buddy girl and little buddy Nico. Welcome, both of you, to the show. Oh my god, is it Wednesday? I honestly have very little concept of time anymore. I'm pretty sure it's Wednesday. Is it Wednesday? No, it's Thursday. It's Thursday, isn't it? I don't know what day it is, but I'm driving my truck. That's all that matters. That means today is happening. Actually, it can't be Wednesday because I was driving around with Master Jedi till after 7 o'clock. And it's not after 7 o'clock, is it yet? I mean, it could be. It could be 8 p.m. Wednesday night, and I probably wouldn't know anymore. But welcome in to whatever SnowRunner show I am running today. I almost very briefly thought about swapping out and doing some Splatoon Raiders because I am loving the game about that much shy of how much I loved the Donkey Kong Bonanza. Basically this time last year, a little later than this time last year. But I'm definitely loving it. Nico, you will be fascinated to know I got to that level. I have no idea how the hell you got to the end of it the way that you did. I found a way to cheat. So I cheesed the hell out of that. I think my cheese routine would actually let me get through the spicy version of it as well. I haven't tried it yet, but it might. If we play this later on, I'll have to demo the cheese for you because I thought it was pretty slick. Totally cheating. It was awesome. Anyway, I'm making good progress in that game. I got a level 3 boat. I mean, everyone loves a boat. I got a boat button. My boat sounds better than that one. You got a better boat? That's more of a boat foghorn, but whatever the case, if it had a foghorn, my boat's got it. But I'm not going to play that today. I am going to stick with the truckin'. Yeah, well, we're certainly going to need a bigger boat, which is kind of what I got. I got a level 3 boat. I'm guessing it probably goes to a level 4 boat when you get to the end of the game, but I got a little while. And one of these days, if we want to play and co-stream, Nico, we could do that too. That might almost be fun. It would probably be fun. It would just be hard for me. It's hard for me to do in the evening because normally Master Jedi is over here like sound asleep by 7 because she works from 5 to 6, 5 a.m. to 6 p.m. most days. So she's usually out of it. So we have to go into quiet mode in the evening. So that makes co-streaming hard for, unless I was to pair up with someone in Europe. You know, like I could, Nico, move to like Central European time and then we can co-stream whenever you want. By the way, welcome, Stitch fan. I had a thing for you, Stitch, but it's not going to work. It's not going to work this time. Might Saturday. There's a chance. So I'm just going to leave that out there as a bald-faced teaser that I might have a thing that would be delightful and fun. But not today. There will be no fun here today, I think is what I'm trying to say. Because of the new Splatoon Raiders, I actually haven't done any trucking in the past week, which, you know, that happened for a handful of months after the company screwed me. But now that they're back in my good graces, it's been kind of unusual, but I got totally sidetracked. Also, last weekend, by streaming only an extra hour and a half, I got to the end of the Adventures of Elliot. So today is a truckin'. Saturday, I'm doing a little filler game because the weekend after that, I am taking Master Jedi on a surprise getaway 3-day weekend. That part's not the surprise. She needed to know that so she could arrange to have the Friday off, and we're actually probably going to leave late Thursday, maybe. So I may be missing streaming Thursday and Saturday of next week. So this Saturday, we're just going to do a little filler game. It is a cozy city simulator. It is actually a new release. Well, it was a new release like 5-6 days ago, but that's still new enough. It's pretty new for me. So that is going to fill in as our pretend RPG. It's very cozy. It's very cartoony. I believe there are both robots and humans. So hilarity is bound to ensue. I think that catches me up on show notes. Today was a very weird day at work. I had my, well, maybe thumbs up. It's kind of a thumb. It's a thumb sideways. The verdict yet to come, one way or the other, because it could end up down. Oh, now you don't want to do it. Thanks, Apple. So I got to gently bitch about some coworkers, so that made it a good day for me. It was only mildly uncomfortable because it wasn't anything that no one else in the group hadn't already noticed as well. So it didn't make any formal complaints, but the pressure is starting to build with the recent acquisition by private equity. It's going to get worse. It's going to get a lot worse. Net summary is that facades are beginning to crack around the entire company, but especially within our group. Sadly, it's not really something new for me, so I'm just kind of resigned to it. I mean, I've been shopping my resume for a while anyway. I did get the confirmation from my manager that she is also shopping her resume around as a result of all of this, so that makes it a super fun day. But my super big ultra, you are mandated to use AI in your assistance on generating this document did get finished up yesterday, so I got that pushed into our document repo. We are now going to completely ignore it for, I'm going to say, at least 6 to 8 weeks, just long enough to make sure that absolutely none of it is still rolling around in my head by the time we get back to it, because I now have other number one my 4 other number one priorities, all simultaneous. I started working on those today. That one is a document that I did 4 weeks ago that I am now coming back to, and it looks kind of familiar. It's got a bunch of notes in it that I hope will be helpful in figuring out what I'm doing, but we're going to see. It is the only thing that I'm assigned to do for the next 2 weeks, which is now code for it's the only thing you have to do until suddenly we find the 5th and 6th number one things for you to work on tomorrow, and then we're going to have you shelve that other thing in the middle of what you're doing. So that's where the this kind of starts to rock down that way, but otherwise I'm doing pretty well. I've started the final bag of the Canadian cheesies that I've got, so that's going to be a little sad once I finish those off, because with our new rounds of tariffs, everyone breathe deeply. I don't know that I can afford to get any more of those stupid things. I don't know that I'll be able to get any more because no one knows how or where or how much or what in the hell to do about any of our latest rage tariffs. So I may have to drive back to Vancouver to get more if I want them. And don't threaten me with a good time, because Master Jedi would go this afternoon. Master Jedi would quit her job if we could drive to Vancouver and just stay there right now. She would quit it right now. The only reason she doesn't just quit it right now anyways, because they gave her a mystery raise. No one ever actually said anything to her, but she realized, she'd look at her pay stub this last time around and said, this is more than I got last month, right? And yeah, it was a pretty decent raise too. So it may have been an accident or a severance gift, and they forgot to tell her that she's been bumped out, because their layoffs, guaranteed to be done by the end of June, are still going. They're now saying probably done by the middle of August, but maybe till the end of August. They're still not done. Her job still isn't secure. And my job is just starting to fall apart, and everything is terrible. So I tell you what, let's drive some trucks instead. I did remember to get the game preloaded again. Almost forgot this time around. But while the intro snippets here were running, I got it fired up, and it actually loaded the game, so it's faster on Switch 2 than it was on Switch 1. Other Switch 2 news. This is super important. Jurassic World Evolution 2, the complete edition, just dropped today for Switch 2. I really enjoyed playing the first game on the Switch 1, so I'm probably going to get that one. I haven't done it yet. I know, it's a shock to everybody. I suddenly saw something shiny and didn't just immediately buy it, but I'm running low on storage space, and the terabyte memory cards for the Switch 2 are now almost as expensive as the Switch 2 in the first place, so I got to be a little careful with how much I'm downloading and where I'm downloading it to. But that did drop. Xenoblade Chronicles 2, the Switch 2 edition that upgraded all of the graphics. They downloaded the core software onto my machine last week as a pre-download, but it turns out even though I've got the cartridge version and it tries to run what's on disk as a modifier on top of that normally, they actually worked it out so that it completely ignored what was downloaded. So for a week, I tried firing it up and thought, man, if anything, the graphics got worse. Today, I fired it up, and they actually made Xenoblade look even prettier than it did before. It's always had the big color pop, but now the lines are a little crisper, so it looks like someone who was much more talented actually drew some of the fancy little characters. So don't know how much motivation I've got to start that game from scratch, because that's a 150-hour game, and we know how I do with long-running games on these streams. So that one will probably be an off-stream. Maybe I have to go back to a couple of key areas to see how it plays, try there's a new fighting mode, something. I might experiment a little bit with that, but it was a $5 or $10 upgrade, so not a huge expense, so that part was probably worth it. Octopath 1 and 2 getting Switch 2 editions with a mandated 100% full price, even for prior owners. Those aren't going to happen. As much as I didn't actually finish either one of those games. Speaking of which, I still have to get back to Octopath 0. Oh, this is so embarrassing. I'm not gonna buy those games. If I ever play them again, I'm gonna just play the ones I've already got the cartridges for. So let me set down my readers. Let me come back here. So what happened at the end of my last playtime? Boom! I built this bridge. That's why all my trucks were gathered down here at the bottom. This is where we were assembling parts. So back here on this map, this bridge has been missing for a very, very long time, but it is now built up so I can get almost all the way over to the dam to work on its construction. Who were you parked right? Is that the Plaid? Yeah, okay, the Plaid was just waiting there. I did get this big rock slide cleared, so I can actually drive down to the cement plant. I'm sorry, the concrete plant, which is now operational. I had to get this one running in order to build the bridge. So you can actually drive the highway all the way to here, but you have to take this little dirt detour around it because there's another giant rock slide right here. And I don't know if it will be clearable because I've never seen them put an excavator up on the pavement and actually move it when you've cleared a rock slide. Typically, this is an indicator that this is a permanent obstacle. So it's a little bit of a bummer. It means I can't break out my two-wheel drive trucks to have them haul around stuff. So they're still dead in the water. And then I did get this tower is now standing back upright, so the road is clear here, but there's definitely a lot of water in the middle of the highway over here. But large trucks with heavy payloads now have pretty smooth sailing all the way from the prior map to the dam, except for this one detour. And then you got a couple options if you need to get to this gateway over to the other map. We're not going to worry ourselves about those right just quite yet. I think the answer is you drive here now that this loop is available. I took the super heavy trailer along this bend right here, and you can make it do it, but it's a little finicky about it because that's a tight bend with rock wall on both sides. But I don't know how many more big trailers we're going to have. So that puts us in good shape there. I still haven't done the vibe mission because they're kind of boring. It's a lot of, oh, look, you're 175 meters away from your target. Which direction? Who knows? You got to keep driving around playing Human Compass to find them. And then you end up discovering, oh, look, I'm only 35 meters away, but 35 meters away is actually 150 up on the cliffside. Now I got to figure out how the hell to drive around. And it takes forever. It's boring. No one wants to see that. And the contests can eat my butt. So what else have I got to work with? Oh, this bridge. This bridge, I believe, is now eligible for repair work. Yeah, I think this bridge right here, even though it's built, I think there's something wrong with it. Maybe this stretch that I haven't seen yet. And then there is also this, oh, right here, this one. This one is active and ready to go. South Bridge. We're going to work on this today. Because right now there's this really ugly dirt detour here with a slightly gnarly water infestation. And then I also have the ability to fix this tunnel for the trains, but you know the trains aren't going anywhere right now, so they can wait it out. But if I can get that bridge fixed, then that means I can get the bigger cargoes driven around on the pavement. Except for this little detour right here to get around that mess. Maybe if I fix the first bridge, they'll give me the eligibility to fix that bridge. That's the theory we're going to work on. It gives us something to work on today. I'm not doing the underground path. I want to do the other one. Is it highway? Yes, it's highway. So let's track it. I need... Ooh, oversized cargo from the port. That's actually... I don't want to go out on a limb and call it easy. But, I mean, it's got a road right there that ends. So we're good with that one. And then the concrete slabs. Those are going to be a tiny bit more of a thing. I did just build the concrete facility so I can make slabs. They're down here on the... No, yeah, okay. It's right here. Concrete slabs. I think I only built just as many as I needed for the last bridge. Which means you gotta drag a bunch of bagged cement back from the other map over to this plant. You craft it into concrete slabs, and then we'll drive them back. It's become an annoying pattern with this particular map. I guess Washington is just difficult this way. So I need concrete slabs. Also, if I am not mistaken, I think I have... Yeah, I got a little bit of a head start right here. All three concrete slabs I need, they're already over here. All right, come on, Apple. You can give me this one. There you go. That one was worth it. All right, we just saved a whole bunch of extra stupid driving that no one wants to stupid do anyway. So let me bail out of the map. 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 Thank you. Crap. It's been so long in the map that now it's dark. This truck would be a sheer delight for hauling around that stuff. I just want to be sure. I am full of fuel. Oh, the Voron at 21 liters left. I must have drained it to refill this one before I ended my session. The Voron doesn't have a trailer, so it can recover back to the main garage if we need to. This one, because it's got a trailer, gonna have to drive it. So let's get to driving. Now I've turned down the hardware volume already, so hopefully this truck won't drown me out like normal. Okay, I think that volume level is okay. Do what I can to not drive myself off the edge here. Oop. All's the wheels drives, and we're off. Is 2,300 hours. It's going to be a while till we see the sun again. The game must have loaded up at 6 p.m. again. It seems to like loading at either 6 a.m. or 6 p.m. So you either get the full day or just the waning minutes of it. Remembered where I am and where I need to head. It's a small struggle for a moment there. Okay, yep, that turns familiar. Got it. Okay, I am locked in. My nemesis arrived, and now all of a sudden today it has decided to not just do the plain purple, so congrats. KDP. It actually looks like you got a Splatoon background. I don't know how it picks things. It's magic. I think if Bardic is the first one here for a shout out, it just goes straight to purple and then leave everybody else that way. Well, welcome in. Oop, I was supposed to pay attention to make sure that I didn't turn the wrong way at a certain turn, and apparently I just went on autopilot and turned the correct way. We're struggling. Okay, just turn that way. Just go that way. Just go over there. I'll give you one of those. Keep going. Very long day. I'm getting very sleepy. Luckily, I have multiple raid targets coming up at 5 o'clock Pacific time. Our good friend Dan Servo is not fully committed either way for streaming yet. If he is unable to go, we'll go visit our other good buddy, Romy Mirk. Continues to play through all PlayStation 1 era RPGs. He's on number, I don't know, 1 billion out of 17 billion right now, something along those lines. I think it's 35 out of 97. Very long way to go. And the game he's playing now is weird. Technically, it looks like it was way ahead of its time, but it's weird. If he is good to go, Dan actually has a handful of, little cheap, crappy Steam games that he's been picking up just to do a whole bunch of little one-offs. So if he's good to go, I might end up picking one of those. I don't know what our dinner plans are going to be tonight, but Master Jedi has put on my personal calendar that apparently I am providing a cut and color this evening, so there's a chunk of my time just got allocated to hairs. And then if I'm lucky, I'm just going to go to bed by 8. It's pretty much how I feel anymore. And our team end of sprint demos today. My team had literally nothing to demo. We've apparently done nothing in the past 2 weeks. I have been working on preparing a planning document. And so my project manager throws out, "Hey, Jedi," and that's what he calls me at work, is Jedi, of course. You wanna give a demo of that thing that you've been working on? And my retort was, as long as no one is allowed to leave this meeting for the next 2 hours so I can get through the entire review, let's do it. I was allowed to not have to present, so I took that as a victory. Unfortunately, I'm still going to have to do that 2-hour meeting, but now I won't make the entire department have to watch and critique me as we go. I don't know when that's going to happen. That's the document I finished that now I'm going to have to pretend like it doesn't exist for 2 months. And then I will get the instantaneous assignment of, just pick it up and do it now. And it's not going to work that way.
KDP
and E. Yeah, this water on the highway sucks over here. It's deep. I don't think the Tatteran likes to come this way. Yeah, it's so deep that even the trailer wheels being back there slows it way the hell down. Oh, he's got... okay, he has a high saddle on, so if I have another construction
2 minutes.
trailer... He's
2 minutes,
overweight.
Nico.
You got 2 minutes, Nico, and then KDP is going to do the thing. And you're probably in trouble.
Oh, I can just rest my head right here on the target.
Oh, so I was busy screwing around with the on-screen
Wow.
graphics.
2 minutes.
And I almost drove into
2
a
minutes,
rock.
Nico.
Wow.
So where are you at, Nico, in the Splatoon rating? And when are we playing next? I finally have some options open to actually host a game with. Although definitely not my thing normally. I've kind of found it a slight jam, the way they do the help system. You obviously, kind of by their definition, you get paired up with some randos, but it's a one and done. When you are done, the group is completely disbanded. There's no such thing as hanging out to go raid again. So if you get stuck with a real weirdo who's trying to be a pain in the ass about something, all they have to do is get the mission failed, and then boom, you're done. You'll never see them again unless you get randomly matched later on, which probably happens more than I'd like to think about. But yeah, it's fun just to jump into other people's game, kick ass, and then go on about your life. My face gave you points. 38 and change. What's that, 0.06? Congrats on the points, KDP. That makes you the points leader for the day, or the week, really. Not ever, though. Was it this channel where someone actually got 100 on the drop game? Or was that on Miss Moon's? Somewhere I have finally seen the 100, so definitely not going to do any better than that. I don't know where the hell the jump game lands on things. Pairing with a good group is nice. Yeah, if you want to get paired with a group that sticks around, then you can do their multiplayer thing. And that's where they don't have a proper matchmaking system. But apparently what a bunch of people did in the older Splatoon games, and is still a thing now, is that allows you to put a tag, as a host, a tag on your room. And I think the tag Splatoon, very original, is what people were using as kind of the disclaimer that, hey, this is a room for cool people, or this is a room for not assholes, I guess. Either way, same thing, kind of. So that still exists if you want to get paired up with randos, with lower risk randos. And then you can continue on with that. But the big difference there is you're not looking at dealing with someone who has explicitly asked for help with a thing. So you're going to see more griefers that way. That was always the most annoying in Splatoon 3. Getting built up in your quad with, especially when you'd be in a room with two of them who are traveling as a pack that just showed up to sow chaos. I mean, sometimes there's fun chaos, but usually with griefers, it's not that. It's not that. Or, hear me out here. You could just
I
have three
define
friends.
myself as fun chaos.
Oh, there you go, Nico. Fun-ish chaos, at any rate. You know what? I'm decent on fuel, so let's just go straight to picking that stuff up. And then we're going to come back out this way if I can survive, and there's certainly no guarantee of that. Oh, I turned off my four-wheel drive, that's why. That's why I'm not going very well right there. Thank you for the follow. If you're down for the SnowRunner content, that tends to be Thursdays. I think I landed on today as Thursday, right? Used to be Wednesdays. That's where I'm completely lost and confused. That night will no longer have any sense of time, so that plays a factor. I got around one tree stump, and now I got another. And, oh, would you look at that? It's nighttime in SnowRunner, so I can't see half of what I'm trying to find. So I tried to do SnowRunners on Thursdays, and then loosely categorized as JRPGs on Saturdays. Immediate exception, this Saturday, I'm going to play a quote-unquote Cozy City Simulator as a one-off. So, there is my elevator pitch. Very dedicated to the craft, as you can tell, obviously. It's so dark in British. No, this is Washington, not British Columbia. British Columbia was season 13, I think. At the beginning of year 4 here. We I don't think I've ever tried going this direction. Let's see how it works. It's not too bad. That might be doable. Going the other way. With a crap ton of concrete on the back. Okay. Last time I did this with a shorter vehicle, I dumped everything down there at the bottom of that little ravine, and I was very cross with myself. Also, I have yet to find a truck that's happy crossing this big puddle. I should go... you know what? I should go up high, and then I don't. So today, I'm going to actually try it. This is where the truck ends up sideways. Everyone watch this. Also, I can't see through this tree. Oh, I really need to be lined up for this. Otherwise, I'm going to roll before I can even get to the little rock ledge. Everybody pop up here. Everyone be cool. Everyone, no, don't do that. That's a rock. Don't drive into the rock. Now your butt's in the river. Oh. Wait, what are you doing? Okay, so like I said, we're just going to drive right through the middle of the muck. Although I did drive around the part that seems to be the deepest and the sloppiest, so there was something. And I'm still in a winch to try to speed things up just a touch. First, and let's go climbing. Also, while we're climbing this hill, everybody, welcome back to the show. Coffee Monkey. Free hydrates for everybody. And by everybody, I mean me. Oh my god, Nico's the first. Way to go, Nico. You did it. You're first. And unlike roaming Mirk, I only have to say that once per stream.
Is that my first?
You know, I was actually just wondering that in my head. I know, I'm pretty sure KDP's... I want to say KDP has had some, but I don't know about the Nico pulling it off. It may actually be. Not because you're never the first one here, but because you've never actually redeemed it before. I'm driving and adjusting a coaster at the same time. I mean, I'm not a monster. I have to have my mug on a coaster here. Okay, only burned a half tank so far, and I've got a half tank on the roof, so I believe I'm actually going to be in pretty decent shape for pulling this off. This is not the ultimate thirsty girl truck, like especially that Voron. That Voron without a trailer is a thirst trap, and not the fun kind. Maybe the fun kind. All we need to do is get up this hill a little bit. Just a little bit up this hill. I would probably benefit from reevaluating my truck selections. But there's a certain extra degree of difficulty in using a not quite optimal truck. And there are a lot worse ones I could use than this. This one's at least willing to go basically everywhere. It's just real slow about it.
Hickory dickory dick.
I don't think that's how it normally goes, but I might be mistaken. The mouse ran up the click. I think that's how the rest of that goes. Something like that. It's South Africa. If you were to follow the brain process going on up here, and if you were, I deeply apologize. That actually ends up being a Lethal Weapon reference. But yeah, or Lethal Weapon 2, actually, I think. But yeah, you really got to work. You really got to work with it to get there. So I would highly recommend not putting yourself out for it. Concrete slab, 1 on the platform. 2 on the trailer. Let me tell you, normally I would play that dumb game where I unpack them, I slide them back one so that this thing can sit in a little gap space right in front. Everything's cute and it's optimized and it works great. And I honestly just don't care right now. That's not going anywhere anyway, so boom. I just saved 15 minutes of OCD trying to line things up perfectly by just doing that. If I was hauling a bigger load of oversized stuff, I would probably need to be a little more prim and proper about it, but I'm not. I actually will need to drop this off on my way past that bridge in order to go get the oversized cargo. I think oversized cargo in this game is actually a 4-slot container box. So if I wanted all of this together, I'd have the 4-slot container box at the rear end of the trailer, and then I would stack all 3 of these slabs on top of each other sideways up on the front. It would be glorious, believe me, but that's not the way we're doing this. I will literally be driving within about 800 feet of where the bridge is that I need to deliver these slabs in order to get over there. So screw it, we're doing it this way. We're doing it live. By the way, concrete slabs are really heavy, so we're going to do a little mud sinking. Nope, don't go up that way. Go up this way. Yeah. Doing my pre-Dan check. Okay, he hasn't committed yet. I have a suspicion my good buddy Dan Servo is not going to be streaming today. Oh, see? Okay, it only moved a little bit. And it's probably because I didn't actually get my boom lined up straight, but whatever, doesn't matter. could fix it, but also I could wait for it to be a problem and then fix it. It's almost the exact same amount of work either way. Okay, now it's a problem, so now I'm going to have to fix it. But first I'm actually going to have to turn this corner. Because I would like to be able to line the boom up correctly this time. I think that's more straighter work than it was last time. We'll see how it is when I get there. I may need to make a quick fuel run as I pass the garage on this map. This is a little hilly. Hands and feet inside the car at all times, please. Extra slack is working out great on that winch line there. Nope, I did a terrible job of lining the boom up after all, but I lined it up the other direction this time, so at least karmically speaking, we're nice and even. Where it's going to become important, though, is through here, because I'm probably going to have to detach in order to winch my way through some of this mud. I would love to be able to just drive right up on top of that little rock road up there, but I've noticed how grand I was at it already, so we're just going to do it. We're going to do it this way. This truck does not have the best mud tires, but it does have a diff lock. I can get away without having to do the winch. It's leaning a little more than I want it to, but we're still moving. Well, we were. Now we're not. Oh wait! Did it start moving? Kind of be slightly cool as we pull on this winch. We're going to be a little more organized here. I'm going to do a mid-body pull. Still dangerous, but not as dangerous. Out of this. Bingo. I got a re-winch. Ah. Ooh, wait, that is actually not gonna work. Need the slack. That way it doesn't just drag it straight off as soon as you make a hard turn. But if it decides it's going to fall off anyway, then it can't fall very far because it's on a leash. Just because I am insane, I'm going to try taking the new route over here. Didn't want to to go over the great big rolly rocks, but I think that was the safest way to stay level. Actually, that worked really well. SnowRunner loves to disguise its traps. And yes, if I was still doing bingo, I would have been forced to give out the drove until gas was in the red slot. The square circle of bingo. I think this leaves me with only one real obstacle left. That is the turn uphill through the rock field to get to the pavement just around this corner. Discovered is that while it is certainly possible to go straight up the gut, a big trailer like this, depending on the truck, sometimes it's easier to swing out wide through the dirt because the steps are shorter over here, and then drag the trailer's butt straight up the center. Go winching to get this done. Oop. Go extra winching. Where did my target cursor go? Keep an eye. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Everyone keep an eye on my concrete. I'm a little worried about it. I've at least got the lasso on it now. This is not safe. This is not advisable. Sane people would not do it this way. Wait. Oh, except for the fact that I'm face up against a tree, it worked really well. Okay, except for the fact that I'm face up against the exact same tree, that would have worked really well. Oh, I can't go in reverse because I'm in the middle here. What's that? That rear. How could you just winch to the good tree? We all know the answer is no, we can't. Damn it. For now, just drag it behind us. It's fine. It's concrete. It's basically indestructible, I think. The rear wheels are going to be hung up on a tiny little rock, aren't they? Dig deep. Oh, it also let go of my concrete. Let's just do what we can for making a balance right there for the moment. We'll come this way just a little bit, just a little bit. What can I reach with the winch from back here? Ooh, these are good options. Right there. Winch me, baby, one more time. Ah, that's what. That good enough. And tally ho. Not a good recommendation, but enough to get me around this turn. And the signs are still standing. Forgot that horn button. That took a lot more fuel than I was expecting. We will require a touch of help when we get back in the vicinity of the garage. And it's pretty much highway all the way to the construction site. And then a little dirt detour over to the port to pick up the oversized cargo, and then bam, we're gonna have a single completed contract for the day. Okay, it's highway plus a couple of swimming holes. Left over from Mud Runner. Fire off the horn, makes the birds take flight. It's quieter when you pan the camera back. I don't think this will be enough gas to get me to the gas station on the next map, though. If I didn't have to fight that hill so hard, I probably would have had enough. Okay, no one tell the cops, but I'm gonna bust down these gates. Never suspect me. You stay put. Bam! Just like Smokey and the Bear. Or Smokey and the Bandit. BJ and the Bear. Smokey and the Bandit. I can combine 70s things if I want. Nope, you gotta remember to turn. I do very poorly at the remembering sometimes. We are going to
post up. Oh, okay, well, it fell off. Luckily, I was going to need to stop right over here anyway. Oh, is there still a truck parked down there? No, I think the truck parked down there was actually this one. Boom. Stop engine. Okay, we need to go find us a fuel mule. Oh, wow. I've actually taken all of my fuely vehicles and run them away. I bet I have the fuel mule over here. Yeah, here we are. Yeah. Couple of updates, a couple of seasons ago, they found a way to put even more fuel on the fuel mule. So it's got the extended roof rack now over the cargo area. They extended the cargo bed. It's got roll cages for days. This is an absolute post-apocalyptic vehicle. I just had to drive it like a third of a mile and now it's done. So we want to open with, we'll start with the custom. Why does it start with only 180 out of 240 fuel points? Why doesn't it start with 240? Huh, okay, well, whatever. Utility mount, we're going to dump that. Small roof rack, there's a bunch there, and we're good to go. I want a better view. What might do. I'm try to get that as straight as possible. So it's straight in terms of alignment with the cab of the truck. That's what I want. It's a little off center with the trailer, but that's because we got it bent. Alright. We're back in the saddle. Multitasking. No one watch me. Okay, I'm fine. No, it looks like our good buddy Dan is out for streaming today. So I will keep an eye on Roaming Mirk, make sure that he is still going when I get to the end of this nonsense this afternoon. And we'll go right his direction. You know, unless you come up and start streaming by the end of mine here, Nico. Your yard and your job, they can all wait. So as long as the laundry gets delivered, you should be good to go. No clue what I'll do for dinner, but I can always harass you while I eat. Cannot harass you while I'm doing hair, though.
Snakes. Why did it have to be snakes?
Oh, Bacon Face, welcome in. You have also gotten the same not purple. Oh, there was a... It was... You said snow. You said snow. You made the game sad. I hope you're happy with what you've done here. Look at that Splatoon Raiders right there in the middle.
So in order to accommodate old Bacon Face, I guess we're going to start over. Welcome in anyway. I'm going to use this opportunity to have a little more of my coffee bunkie friend. I don't think this game does the stupid gutter ball, so I think we may have points coming. 29.98, just a little behind KDP. KDP still has the lead today with what 30.30.6, something like that. Busy running important errands at a bakery and brewery. Okay, yes. So you are correct. They were important errands. Hey, look. That is the new Mexican season of SnowRunner. I'll get there one of these days. That's season 18. Okay, I'm going to hit the continue button and let's see where it last saved. Nico, if that is your real name. At least I was on the correct map. It didn't save that long ago. It's supposed to autosave every 10 minutes. It does not seem to autosave when you change maps, which is a little weird. That's how it ate my very first truck when it crashed while it was changing maps. And it didn't do the edit correctly between the two, which is maybe why they don't do the autosave on that now. Seems like this is shaping up to be one of them Danless Thursdays. Yes, Dan, it looks like he did just confirm that he is off for today. I don't exactly know why, but I kind of know why, and it's mostly good. Hey, that's what happened to all the snow. It just got deleted. Yeah. Well, and as a counterpoint, I've got that one extra international lodestar that was part of a mission that was garbled when I first season 15 I tried running on the Switch, and that's the one where I discovered after doing the first couple of missions and ending my session that they had reintroduced all of the save game bugs. It saved my completion of the mission with that truck, but it did not save actually removing the truck from the map. So I got credit for the mission, but now there's a truck sitting on the map that I can't drive it, I can't sell it. I can drag it around if I really want to, but I like that it's a crash victim, so it's through the barrier and partway down the rock hillside, so let's leave it there. Screw that guy. But it became a victim of the very last time I ran this on a Switch 1, or the last time I ran the Switch 1 build of this game. So for Switch 2, it's still doing the occasional crashing. It's better than it had been when they did the Season 18 patch update. But if that's the worst, every 1 to 3 hours it decides to crash and I lose a couple of minutes of progress, I'll live with that. I mean, I've lived with a lot worse in some games. Okay, we're all... Ooh, no, wait. I need this window on top. There we go. That's what I want. Oh, it's so close to loading. There we go. Oh, I'm in the fuel mule. Is it running? Oh, it's running. It was just super quiet. Beacons on for safety. I mean, I did have my beacons on last time, but the game still crashed. Maybe this is the one where it's going to load me at 6 a.m. So I start in the dark, but then I'll actually get to move into daylight for a while. Man, I hope so. It's still weird to me that it didn't actually fill the custom pickup bed with the full gas. I don't know why it did that to me. nope, 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 nope. Everything you do here is bad. I want you to know this. Okay, you are all loaded up. Nope, I just did the refuel. I'm gonna do beacons. Okay, light check, brake check. Oh, there's one more important thing I need to do. A thing that would be way easier if it was damn daylight out. Let's just say that's good. Yeah, no, actually, okay, we're off. I didn't lose much progress. I'm happy with this. I'm going to stick with it. I would make a joke that they lost all the snow because it doesn't really snow in Washington. Yeah, it definitely snows in Washington. Okay, let's go fix us a bridge. At least start fixing us a bridge. I remain hopeful that this is a one-stage repair. And after I deliver these and then go hunt down that oversized cargo, that it doesn't then turn around and say, oh, hey, now all you need are these other 15 cargo bits and bobs. Because Amour was that way. You'd have 3 stages with 25 slots of cargo per stage, all of them coming from different corners of different maps. That season hated players. And it was glorious for it, especially in retrospect. Now that I've got a lot more 8-wheeled trucks, or at least 4-axle trucks than I did back then, parts of that season would be way easier now, but not all of it. I would sing On the Road Again, but it would just be too pitch perfect and I would get a copyright strike. So everyone just sing it in your head, please. I'm not charging you to buy a copy of it for all I care. Willie could always use the cash. I mean, even for him, weed ain't free. For him, it probably is mostly. Welcome to Solace Bay. Everyone stand by. We're going to load another map. Yeah, the Tireds are here. Got to start the day with a really early morning demo. So I've been up forever. And I went to bed late because I'm a bad person. So now I'm going to yawn my way to victory. Man, if I could manage to find a way to do that in real life, that would be perfect. Also, I'm going to note, I'm still not seeing the daylight. that? Oh. Okay, now we're safe. How much fuel did I have left? I was thinking 80 some liters. I'm now thinking I may have actually been able to make it to the gas station, but it's okay. The F-750, it needed to get out and stretch its legs. It's a really good, moderate fuel, heavy repair point truck. I've been using the Hibbert with the super fancy frame on the back that carries a lot of fuel and repair points. But the F-750 fuel mule has really been a workhorse for the last couple of years. I also need to go remember where I parked the Scout last time. There's a couple little chunks of map, especially on this map, that I still need to expose. Among other things, I'm missing a few upgrades, and I think at this point they're going to be the slightly hidden off the beaten path kind. Which means the Scout's got some hunting to do. This is where it would be great to have just one of the big old two-wheel drive cab-over trucks with a big highway setup so that they could just fly through this kind of stuff. But even with the good tires, pavement in this game is super slippery. Don't think high speed goes very well with that. Speed turn. I had to feather the gas so that it wouldn't understeer straight into the far guardrail. Drop off points lit up. Sun's up, Buttercup. Yes, we're going in to get snacks. In my headcanon, this is a Costco gas station, so we ran in real quick and got a Costco dog while we were here. Also recently discovered, you might say I even invented them, the Dr. Pepper Tic Tac. I'm not totally addicted to them. I mean, I could quit anytime I wanted to, right? But they're good, and I enjoy them. What's more fun than a Tic Tac? Also, weirdly, this car over here is still invisible. You can see the box sitting on top of it, but you still can't see the car. It just disappeared one day, and apparently it's never coming back. Must be one of those Twilight Zone episodes, the beware what you wish for kind of deals. Oop, nope, that was my fault. I moved too close to that pole. I saw it coming, did it anyway. wanted to turn really hard to get it to pop back up on. Apparently magnetism is holding that on, so that works for me. Magnets. How do they work? No one knows. Oh, okay. Magnets are over, apparently. Yeah, that was good while it lasted. Alright, back underway. Actually, not too far from the drop-off zone. And then that arrow is the oversized carpet. We join the progress here. Yeah, they're at the port. If this truck floated as well as some of the others in this game do, I could just ride the river down to the port. Gonna want to go that way. I gotta come around this dip in the bend here. I can just drop off the concrete and turn around and go back. Three concrete slabs. Ah. How the hell am I supposed to get from there? I've made either a mess or a mockery of this. I'm not positive which one, but I know that I've definitely done one of those two. There you go. Just the way real world truckers do it. Probably not. This is the right one, right? Right? Yes. And I drop the container off on the other side of the missing bridge so I don't have to come back through this muck. I could also just push it down that gully right there. It'll get there eventually. Put the all-wheel drive back on. Time cutting this shortcut out. Real world would have taken like a little lighter. The blue paint on the shredder's pretty beat up already, so no one's going to notice a few extra scratches. just because I can, not because I should. Let's see if I'm just crawling right up and over this big old mess of rocks and things. I can't see when you... Yeah, the stupid cliff's in the way. I think it's actually easier just to go through the water. But that was fun. Still have 322 liters of fuel, so we're good in that department. Going that way is a little risky, even for me. So let's stick to this one. I have to take this cut off because the road just ceased to be there on the other side. I will need to come back this way. Normally I would run off that way, and there's a little shelf road that goes around and pops down on the far side of port. But the direct route, sticking to the highway as much as possible with a great big container, will want me to go this way. Yeah, there's something missing with the highway right there, and I don't know if there is a mission to fix that. If there isn't, then there's this here. Already a slow go. I think I'm hung up. I'm hung up on that too. Okay, it broke. Oh my god, the sun's actually out. So I can look down into the water to see where the, and I use this term loosely, road is. Actually be able to follow the river, but I'm not going to. No, everyone be cool. Yeah, no, what's going on here? Everyone be cool. What's with the leaning? There's the big train accident site that's plugged up the tunnel, so there's actually the contract available where you go clean up that mess down there. That completes regional objective number 2, which is right there. Let's go see how far am I. Am I 55% of the way through the season and almost 2/3 of the way done through the actual missions. I have 5 out of 6 upgrades. There's one hidden upgrade out there on the map. I got so excited by math, but I had a Freudian math. Don't hit that pole. I thought I broke Twitch, but well, I wouldn't get an ad, but if Thorson were watching right now, he probably would have just gotten stuck with a stupid ad. They intentionally put a lot of crap right here. Oversized cargo. Yep, it's the big 4 slot. Bam. Good trucker would almost certainly have just gone around the end, but that's not me. Cutting through the middle. I think that mission is called Mystery Cargo. And it's a mystery because I haven't bothered to read it. And I'm not going back the way that I said I would because it's me. We all know by now that I'm a liar. So we're just going to charge right through the swamp because this is how we roll. I got a choice of swamps here. Well, it's an illusion of choice. I'm gonna go ahead and map this out just a little bit because a lot of it is submerged. That brings us up to here and up to here.
If I were
Rob!
an Asian elephant, I'd be having your stream, baby.
Oh man, I wish you were an Asian elephant. Thanks for the resub, Rob. Oh, yeah, that's a super illusion of choice. That just leads to a death puddle. Good thing I didn't go that way. I'm gonna go right up over the top of this grass because I hate this grass. Screw you, grass. Also, grass has better traction. Of course, now your ultimate role in life at this point, Rob, is to study all of the gestational terms for anything and everything so that you have a new animal for every month of resub. It's going to get awkward and you need to find something that gestates for 70 months out there in the future in other ways. I don't think I have any 70 months. I think I may have hit 60 with Dan. And Rob, as a full-blooded streamer, actually gets a little decoration with his shout-out card. I like the graphic they picked for that one too. That worked out nice. Amphibians that can go for years. Yeah, that's. My condolences to them, I guess. And really, there's no shame in letting the creativity dip a little bit. And like at 38, just announced that you're 2 Asian elephants sequentially. Because at that point, you're then bringing math into the equation. And then you're really buttering me up. We're just going right to the middle of the deep here. Because if we cut it too hard, we're going to lay our bridge pieces down sideways in the mud. That's not going to make anybody happy. Alright, we're digging deep. We're going low gear with the diff lock to pull this hill in the mud. Strictly speaking, probably didn't need to. And then over here, I joined back up with the original road that I promised I would come back on, so at least I'm getting the last like 50 feet of it. So I'm only a mostly liar. Which is a pretty good track record for me. That's a lie. It's not much damage, but still, it's a lie. Watch for fallen rock. Yeah. don't have to take the little narrow wet valley back. We can actually take the highway around this way. And if it turns out that it's going to be a phase 1 of 14, then this truck is going to have to take the long way around to get back to town. It's going to be embarrassing. It's probably going to cost some points on his license, but the risk of a shortcut is just worth it sometimes. That's how I live my life. Risking shortcuts constantly. Failing most of them. Also, someday I need to drive down that road, because I don't think I've exposed anything off that side of the map down here. That's where I'm thinking I might need to scout. See, oh, there's a train bridge over there. I hadn't even noticed until now. I did drive the scout around this part of the road though once, just in case, because there is a second bridge on this side. I needed to double check whether this bridge was also out. Spoiler, it was not. It's right here. This one was always okay. I think you can drive up that gully, or drive down that gully from up high, but I don't think it goes anywhere. Okay, concrete's on one side, all of your tools and other materials are on the other side. You guys work out how that needs to happen. Yes! It's a bridge victory! You've accomplished the impossible! With the bridge finished, transportation isn't a concern anymore. We're beyond grateful for your help. Here's your reward, $32,000. I would say I'd build a bridge for $32,000. I'm pretty sure they actually cost more than that. Like the bridges they keep wanting to rebuild here in Portland, where we're talking millions, and I think there's one that they're threatening is going to be $50 million to rebuild. I think the interstate bridge over to Washington is going to be even more than that. I think it's well into the 9 figures at this point, because it is 100% earthquake unsafe, and they're going to have to rip the entire bridge out and replace the whole damn thing. They're talking about making the toll bridge on an interstate, which offends me. That's the kind of crap that like Kansas literally does. Well, they toll the whole roadway, not just the bridges. Oh, by the way, I don't know where I'm driving this truck. I'm just driving it. Maybe what I should do. I'm going to stop here. I'm going to park it up. Just in case, for whatever reason, it may turn out I need something from port over there. I got to drive a long way around this island, but at least I'm in the neighborhood. But yeah, there's all this right there. I haven't checked any of that out with the Scout. And the rest of this rail line over here, going off that way. This might have the potential to be hiding an upgrade somewhere around there too. I got real good at sniffing out spots where they would hide up, like off the beaten path upgrades. The ones that didn't just automatically jump out at you when you hit a watchtower. That was part of the look of one of them. Also, I haven't driven all the way over to this road to loneliness. Or whatever goes over here. I just confirmed that the road didn't connect up to there. Normally I would have checked that all out already, but I've been building bridges, man. Bridges, man, bridges. So that one's still broken. This map so far doesn't have the vibrator mission, but that's a spot right there. That would be a pretty classic SnowRunner vibrator spot. You gotta drive up this nasty gulch to get up there. And then maybe some, sometimes it's like that patch right there where you have to squeeze between trees, but I don't think that'll be one this time. I wanted to see. I don't think that opened any more contracts though. So that's the one. That's the one that completes the Back in Business regional event. You need cement. Let me start tracking it. Let me take a quick peek around. I think the cement. No, that's the sand warehouse that's over there. Ooh, the cement. The cement's actually pretty reachable. Maybe this is a good one to start on. Oh, in fact, this one's going to be staged. And I am going to be obligated. I can only do the cement first. But then I need the sandbags over to the concrete plant to make the concrete slabs. And then the water trailer is way over here at the factory, which means when I am busy ferrying some sand and concrete around, I'd want to grab this trailer along the way. Yeah, that one actually hooks up with the Pintle. So it won't connect to the back of a semi-trailer. It would connect to the back of someone with just a regular flatbed. But I got 6 slots of concrete slabs that got to come with it. I'll keep that in my thinker. I got a little bit of extra time right now, so I tell you what, let's go grab us these bags of cement. Turns out, kind of accidentally, I was going the right way with this truck after all. This will allow me to hit up the gas station to make sure it's full of the go-go juice. I got my one contract for the stream done, so I feel complete. I'll get a phase of the next one done. And then with the cement delivered, Roman Mirk is still on. Or Rob, if you're doing an afternoon matinee, I'll be right back over to yours as well. Oh, Dan party pooping. Gonna be taking a detour. Mud tires and cement, a tiny bit of speed. I'm getting slippery unless I hit the shoulder. Let's see if I can do a on-the-fly refueling here. Nope, I got slippery and I was about to hit a K-barrier. Still did it on the move, just not on the fly. Thinking ahead, the concrete slabs. I think I still have the Tatarin parked at the concrete factory. I may need to pop over for a visit just to double check the recipe for concrete slabs. Like, just in case I need both cement and sand. also inform me as to just how much of all that crap I need to bring in order to get my 3 slabs. Concrete blocks that are just, or slide memory, that are just 1 cargo slot. I think they're a 1-to-1 crafting with your bag of whatever to your block of concrete. The slabs might be a 2-to-1, which means I'm going to have to load up. Barricade. Bounce. Oh, I've got to drag that barricade out of the way completely. Perfect. Hello, my good sir. I would like 4 cements, please. Which is good, because cement's the only option I have. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. Yeah, 4. Ah, ha, 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 ha. Back around to the accident site. Hard spot, got dealt with. Got lots of lumpy bumpies. And that's to be followed once we're on the level up there with some rock'em sock'ems. And then back to the superhighway. Although I can skirt some of it over here. Nope, we're bouncing. I don't want to bounce too much. Bouncing is unhealthy for your truck, and I'm just going to drag the rear axles right up along that guardrail. No, I was going to. And then I hosed myself pretty badly there. So. Pop out this way. There you go. Thank you. See, that wasn't so hard. Go around that pole because of what I've done. And back to rear axle drive. Getting dark again. Because SnowRunner. I didn't have to let off the gas. I just made that turn awkward. liters, but what the hell? There we go. That was a much nicer pit stop. The crew can feel pretty good about itself that time. Ooh, look what I found. A little more coffee. The other mission I should get around to doing is probably one that I'll save for the next stream. Not sure if that'll be next Thursday or the one after. We're gonna see. It's gonna be kind of like a game time call. We're gonna leave a little early on Thursday, and I'm gonna have to skip that stream. If we don't go until Friday morning, then I'll be able to. I need to go and rescue the other new truck for this season. It's stuck in. I'm gonna assume it's stuck in a mud somewhere, and I have to go retrieve it. And then the owner will be so happy that I've saved them a fortune of having to go buy a replacement truck because they couldn't drive theirs out of the mud, that they will just give me their truck and then go spend a fortune to replace it. Anyway. They've already taken the insurance hit, had it declared a total loss. That's what paid for the replacement. So they don't want the repaired truck back because they will have to repay all the insurance did, and they might be subjected to a claim of insurance fraud. So it's easier for them if the truck just disappears. You know what? That actually makes a lot more sense now in this game. Oh god. I stranded my thing in the mud, and rather than pay a tow company a couple $100, could you just go get it for free? And oh wow, you saved me a ton, man. Why don't you just keep it? Oh, I know, it's because it's evidence. Also, Nico, it's saving right now. So when it crashes at exactly 5 o'clock, this is where I'm going to start over, right here. Oh, look at this fixed bridge. First cargo on the new bridge. Construction companies are never going to clean up their trailers, but that's fine. At least they're not in the middle of the road. Go somewhere. What I don't know is where it goes down the water line. I think it just runs to the water and then you're swimming. Tempting to go over there. I'm gonna be good for now. I'm gonna pretend I can be good for now. Almost to the accident site. Okay. Am I aware of what all of these? I see. Hang on. Momentary detour, everybody. I see 3 yellow squares over there, and I only see 2 indicators on the map. One of these might be a contract delivery point. Oh yeah, that one with the link in the middle. Oh. Cheating bastards. That one's already underway. That is just a delivery point. Okay, well, never mind then. Ooh, garbage. Yeah. Love to get me some garbage. Hey, who wants to go to the dump? I've already done that a couple of times. I'm sorry, the recycling center. Oh, I did something with garbage there. One more dirt detour. And then we're going to pop back up on the pavement on the other side of the missing bridge. And then drive just a little... We have to drive down a little bit in order to find a spot where we can gain access to the kind of the base of the valley where the train tracks lie. And then we follow those back up a little bit to the actual accident site. Fast no matter what. Let's go get the diff lock engaged. That'll help with the mud. Sorry, the mud. It's not daytime anymore, so I'm gonna make my best guess at where the tracks were. I decided if I actually turn them a little sharp, this helps avoid the lean that I got last time. Downshift first. A little more pool. Cement is heavy. Engine that could, still pulling it. Yeah. Oh, I see the yellow square. To get down there, we gotta go down. Bardic, you are just in time for me to almost end. Can I just go this way? You think this is safe? You think I can do this? Is this okay? This is not okay. This is bad. No one do this. This is, no, we're gonna die. We are gonna die. We are dead. If we could ever snow run in the daytime, we would know these things ahead of time. But that is not a viable path right there. Oh, look at that, like a pro. I thought that was the place. I thought that's where you were supposed to turn. Maybe it's down here farther? Maybe it's here. Oh, it's right here, isn't it? Yep. Okay. Fine. You win, stupid darkness. Hell, I don't know. Can't see a damn thing in this game, so let's just go for it. I don't see any rock walls to fall off of this time, and I found tracks, so I think we're okay now. Sound that horn. Yeah, this little wall. You know, I've had a good 90-degree shot, good perpendicular coming straight off that wall. It might have made it okay. 1, 2, 3, 4 bags of cement. Oh, I knew it was going to be a stage complete. That's okay. That's all I needed to do. Just get to the end of that stage today. Wimp! Wimp, your timing is amazing, because I gotta be done now. And our good friend Dan Servo is not streaming today, so the raid imperative isn't there. Okay, it's not that imperative. It's just convenient sometimes. But, you know, it's 5 o'clock. I'm getting hangry. I'm an old man. I gotta eat my early bird at Denny's. Canadian Denny's, by the way, so much cooler than American Denny's anymore. They had some amazing options when we were in Vancouver, and they have lots of they have a list of alcohol pairings to go with their custom pancake orders. It was incredible. But anyway, I digress. You did get to say hi. I'm not having Denny's, but I do need to start planning what's happening for dinner, because I don't think Master Jedi and I have the slightest idea what we're actually going to do. And then I'm doing the cut and color tonight, so I need a time available for that. If I get really lucky, she's going to be way too tired after working today, and maybe I can stall it off until Saturday. Oh, a cut and color stream on Saturday would be amazing, but there's no way that she would admit to that. Damn it, Mirk! He's on his break, so I'm still on the game screen, so I haven't done anything anyway. Oh, you know what I'm gonna do? Because I have the opportunity, because you're all still here, thank you all very much, by the way, for that. I'm gonna pop over here. This dude is parked right... No, not you. Son of a bitch. Oh well, I still gotta do the map load. We're gonna run over to the Tavern real quick, just to see what the recipe for concrete slabs is, because that's gonna inform where I need to drive next. Because I got lucky. We had the 3 concrete slabs for fixing the bridge just lying around at the forestry office for some reason. But now the map's empty, so I have to go craft some more, which means I got to get my crafting tools and my crafting supplies ready. Chances are good I will probably do this off stream, but oh, that's really weird. Oh, it's because I was in a tree. But with Splatoon Raiders and me having so much fun with that game right now, I may screw around and forget to get to this. All I need is cement. I don't need the sand. What the hell did I need the sand for? Concrete blocks, you got 2 for 1. Slabs, you get 1 to 1. So I just need to bring 3 cements over. Okay. The plan is in place. For Nico's benefit, I'm now saving the game. The only way you can do it intentionally. How far along have I gotten in Raiders? I have just applied the level 3 upgrade to the hideout ship. Thank you, Bardic. Nico's new washer dryer must have showed up, and he's giving directions on where to go get those installed. Otherwise, he definitely would have hit that for me. Do I have it loaded? Yes, I do. Okay, I'll show you where I am, just because I love this so much. So I'll start with the show notes while this loads. Saturday, I'm playing the little one-off of a Cozy City sim. If it turns out it's a little too weird, a little too lame, really not interesting, I may switch over.
We're going streaky! Yes!
Woo! I stalled long enough for Whip to get a streak. Congratulations. So yeah, on Saturday, if the city thing goes kind of lame, I could probably come in and do this. So my ship is just glorious. I kind of wish I had a little more say in the decoration on it, because I've kind of become that gamer lately. But I have gotten to pick... I got a whole bunch of these styles unlocked here. I got a lot of them unlocked now. One of them, is it this? Yeah. That one right there is because I have an older Big Man amiibo. The 3 new amiibi they've released just for Raiders. They each have their own costume, but they are completely sold out everywhere that I've looked right now. So those may or may not happen. And what do I have to do there? Oh, an A on all the arcade games? No, I suck too much at those. Those probably aren't going to happen. And then it's not a spoiler. You know exactly what the map's going to look like. I mean, it's the Spiralite Islands, but I'm open to all the way down here now. I'm at the bottom of the map. And for anyone playing, that is the gnarly one. If you watched Nico as he did this with live on stream, it's a ball buster. I mean, he legitimately impressed the hell out of me that he managed to get through the run. I conquered it by finding a way to cheat at it And I found that very fulfilling because I couldn't even come close the way you're supposed to do it. So yeah, I blitzed it. I blitzed it pretty hard playing that lately. That's why I've skipped on my appropriate SnowRunner duties during the week. Let me pivot the camera back a little bit there real quick. So thank you once again, everyone, for coming and joining. I will be back on Saturday for some city simulation fun. I have Splatoon Raiders as a backup and the new Switch 2 build of Jurassic World Evolution 2. I'm waiting. There they are, the balloons. I will probably have that one by Saturday as well. So I got a ton of Saturday options. And then Thursday of next week, I will either have already left with Master Jedi on our surprise, well, for her it's a surprise, the 3-day mystery destination getaway. The getaway isn't a surprise, the destination is. So either I'll have done that, or we'll be back here for a little more SnowRunner before I then go away for that. And then the Saturday the 7th, definitely no stream. Not doing that from where we're going, so forget it. Click that. Everything else looks good. Mark is back from his break, so let me get the raid button clicked. We're going to get over that. Roaming Mir. Good enough. Ooh, there are 2 roamings on right now. Yes, shh, it's a secret. I haven't told. Have I told anyone? I have told the destination we're going to that we're coming, but I haven't told anywhere else where we're going. Absolutely no one knows, not even you. So I've clicked the button. I'm going to play a little Let's Get Out of Here music, and I will see everyone again on Saturday. Bye.